Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. I know my video is not looking that great, guys. I'm changing it. There were some issues with that. That is the reason why it was a little bit late into starting the class. Give me a second so that I'm able to make sure that it is working absolutely fine. Okay. Okay. These are filters. Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. I'm making sure that the video is also fine, guys. I know there's a green color that is coming behind. I'm changing that. Give me a second. Okay, now I think so. It should be totally fine, right? I'm visible to you guys and everything, right? Okay. So today we have a special guest as well that will be there in today's class. So many of you guys might know her, many of you guys might not be knowing about her as well. Tanmay Langde, if you have filled the attendance for the career counseling session, you will be receiving the same in a few days itself. Okay, otherwise, I will just cross check with the team whether the certificates have been sent or not. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we have a special guest with us as well. So actually, I'm not the owner of the company, right? There's a CEO of the company, DevTown. She is a lady. Again, she is very well educated because I'm the one who educated her. And the best part is that she is from uh, Scotland, I believe. She's an international woman of great like aptitude as well. So today we'll get to meet her as well. Okay. In the meanwhile, guys, can we do a quick revision about what we have studied in our previous class, guys? In the meanwhile, can we do a quick revision for our previous class, guys? Could you guys let me know? So what have we studied in our previous class, guys? Please let me know. So when I created the file in the other branch, it was like it merged by himself. I was not getting the same result as you. So when you're creating a branch, did you shift into that branch or not? You have to check out that branch before doing something right over there. And you have to commit it right over there and then merge the branches. To merge the branch, you have to go back to the previous branch and merge it. Okay. We studied about git checkout, branches, dev march, merging, right? We went back to the older versions, branching, merging of timelines. Great, guys. Colon W G, I think so it was colon WQ. Tarang Maxwell, it is colon WQ, not colon WG. Colon W Q itself. Q itself. It would be working completely fine. You don't have to worry about it, guys. So git command multiverse. Yes, Pavan, great analogy. Okay, Devton, I can't open terminal in Zan. What is Zan? I'm not able to understand Juju. What is Zan? The AI का certificate कब मिलेगा? Once the bootcamp is completed. Today is the last day of the bootcamp itself. Okay. Okay. So today what we are going to do is today we are going to start off with a new concept itself, guys. The concept name is Dockerization and containerization itself. So today's class will be a little bit shorter. Okay, today's class will be a little bit shorter, guys. It will be very easy concept to understand. Today we are just going to understand the concept. Okay, just the intuition behind the concept itself. What is the Docker? What is containerization? Why is it required? What problem statement does it solve? Just an intuition behind it, guys. From tomorrow onwards, just like in get the hands-on practice that we did, we'll be practicing everything that we are learning on DevOps today, and we'll be learning it for Docker and containerization from tomorrow onwards itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. So somebody is asking Azure Docker. So this is the exact same thing, just like there are t-shirts that exist inside of the market, right? You guys must have seen a lot of t-shirts that exist inside of market. Now you will never say this, right? Ki, Puma t-shirts. Okay, that is a brand name who is selling a t-shirt itself. At the end of the day, it's t-shirt whether it is from Puma or from Nike or from United Colors or Benetton or from a street vendor as well. At the end of the day, it is the t-shirt that you are buying, right? No matter what brand is selling. No matter if you're hearing about Azure Docker or AWS Docker or let's assume GCP Docker itself. So all these words that you're hearing about, it is Docker at the end of the day. You have to learn about the t-shirt first. Okay. So we are here to list learn about t-shirt itself, guys. That is Docker, not t-shirts, of course. And it will be a very easy process to understand it. And it will be a very short class, very easy class. Do not worry about it, guys. And if you guys pay attention to the class, you guys are there with me the entire time itself. I will let you guys meet the actual founder of this particular company, and she's from Scotland itself. So you guys will be able to meet her. She's a very beautiful lady. So I hope that you guys are able to like her as well, just like I love her. Okay. So no, it is not Coco. Coco is not from Scotland. She is somebody else. I'm talking about Scotland itself, right? Okay, so let's continue from right over there itself, guys. First of all, let's start learning. Okay. You want to stay there? Okay. Okay, so let me just put up your chat right over there. Today, very few people came to the class, guys. Do you guys know the reason behind it? Very few people came to the class today. No issues. We'll focus upon our own studies itself. We are not here to look forward to somebody else, right? Okay. So you remember the problem statement that I told you that DevOps is able to like solve. That is the software problem. That the software is working fine on my computer, but the software is not working fine on my friend's computer. You guys remember that? Please let me know. Yeah. The software is working fine on my computer, but when I'm giving the same software to my friend, it is not working on their computer. Right? You guys remember that? Now, due to that particular reason itself, so a lot of time what happens is that why is that the case, right? Now there will be multiple different reasons for that. The first particular reason might be OS, okay, operating system. Maybe you are having the software that is working on Windows. Your friend is having a MacBook, it is working on iOS. Okay, maybe your another friend is having a laptop that is working on the Linux operating system. Somebody else is having another laptop that is working on some kind of, let's assume, some other type of third party operating system itself, right? Are you guys able to understand this? This might be the first reason why your like software is not working on different computers, right? Or Mac OS. I'm not just talking about your like mobile phones or just about your laptops. It can be anything, right? Maybe it is a Google based operating system that is I think so Android OS or Chrome OS, whatever they used to call it. Okay, right now. So Android, Android OS or Chrome OS. Chromebooks that are available, right? So different type of laptops having different kinds of operating system. That might be one of the reasons why the software is not working in different particular systems itself, right? Now maybe both of you are having the Windows software. Okay, both of you guys are having the Windows operating system itself, but still it is not working right over there. The second particular reason that might be there is the version of the OS that you are having, the version of the softwares that you are having, right? So, for example, you are having a gaming laptop, okay? You are sharing a game with the other person. You are having a gaming laptop. He's having a laptop with no graphics card. Now for playing games, you guys require a graphic card itself. Otherwise, your game will not work properly. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? It's a hardware. Okay, hardware compatibility itself. Hardware compatibility, not version, but hardware compatibility. Thank you so much for pointing that out. It will be hardware compatibility itself. That maybe that game, it is a game, right? It needs a GPU to work. You are having a gaming laptop and they don't have a GPU, no GPU. And that due to that reason as well, due to the hardware not being the same, it might not work properly. Some of the games work very bad in an AMD graphic card. Some of the games work very good inside of a NVIDIA graphic card itself, right? Dependency on the hardware. Third particular reason will be dependent versions or the softwares that you are having, other softwares that you are having, right? Version problem. Maybe you are having the latest version of Windows. They are having the older version of Windows XP itself, right? You're having Windows latest version like 11 or 12. Okay, you are having the latest version of Windows, and they are having like Windows, but that is like the XP version, very old version. Not just the window version, but for example, there is a program. Okay, there's a program that has been written in Python 3.0, the latest version of Python. It is a program that is written in Python 3.0, the latest version Python. But in your computer, you are having the first version of Python, the oldest version of Python itself. So that particular software won't work properly because your version, the because that software is dependent upon this Python programming language, and you are not having the latest version. You're having a very old version in your computer. Due to that as well, maybe it is not working properly, or you might not even have Python installed in your computer. That reason the program itself is not working because the dependency, it is dependent upon Python, but Python is just not available with you guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Okay, so this is a version compatibility issue or a software compatibility issue that you guys must be facing, right, guys? Now, to deal with this, before the existence of DevOps, before the existence of Docker itself, we came into something called as virtualization. You must have heard about these terms called as VMwares or virtual machines. Have you heard about this term? VMwares or virtual machine itself, guys. If you guys have not heard about this term, do not worry. I will be explaining this to you guys. Okay, you don't. Today we are not diving into how virtual machines work or something like that. I just want you guys to understand the intuition behind it. Okay, just the intuition behind it. So before the existence of Docker, before the existence of containerization, Dockerization itself, there was something that was used to replace, to solve this problem that all these different things are there. How are we going to solve this problem itself? That came up, the answer was virtual machines. So what did virtual machine does? Okay, virtual machine basically, so this is your computer. Okay, this is your Windows computer, guys. This is your Windows computer. This computer has 16 GBs of RAM. This computer has somewhere around 3000 cores. Sorry, I'm very sorry. That sorry, this computer has somewhere around 8 cores for its CPU. This computer is having somewhere around 1 TB storage. This computer is having somewhere around 3000 cores for GPU. Okay, so this is your system configuration. This is the hardware configuration of your computer. Okay, I'm just talking about normal as computer. Do not think about it in a different way itself. Okay, but this is just a configuration of your computer right now, of Windows computer itself. So what does your VMware or virtual machine says is that I will take some RAM. I will take 4 GBs of RAM. Okay, I will take 2 cores of this particular CPU. I will take 200 GB of your storage, and I will take 1000 cores of your GPU itself, guys. Okay. I will take these resources, these hardware resources itself from your computer, and inside of your computer, I will create another computer itself. All these will be associated with this virtual computer that is there. Okay, so now your original computer has 12 GB of RAM, because out of 16, I've given 4 GB to a virtual computer. Okay, out of the 8 cores, I will just be having 6 cores for my computer, because the 2 cores I've given it to a virtual computer. Out of 1 TB, I will only be having 800 GB, because 200 GB I've given it to a virtual computer itself. Okay, and then out of 3000 cores for my GPU, I will only be left with 2000 cores. 1000 core I'm giving to this particular virtual computer itself, guys. Now this virtual computer is exactly like a normal computer built inside of your own computer, and this can work on the operating system that you want. This is a Windows computer, and you can have Mac OS installed right over here. This virtual computer can be of Mac OS as well, and then inside of this you can run your software, because that software was dependent upon Mac OS. You are not able to run it without the Mac OS itself. You are not able to run it on your Windows laptop due to that. So a possible solution is create a fucking Mac OS inside of a Windows OS itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Like a virtual machine, it does not exist in its reality. It's not as if like I'm changing the back cover of my own computer into a MacBook, I'm changing my keyboard into a MacBook. This is not happening. Virtually inside my Windows computer itself, I'm having a Mac OS that I can use, the exact same Mac OS that we are using right over there, just virtually. Okay, not physically, just virtually itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. And this concept, okay, was called as virtual machines. Okay, this concept was called as virtual machines, and this is what people used to use to solve these type of problems that were there. That okay, this is only working on Mac OS, so I will create a virtual machine of Mac OS. Okay, we'll be programming the entire thing inside of it. We'll create a program inside of it itself. There only it will be able to work. Right? But there's a very big problem with this. A OS utilizes a lot of space. Okay, let us look at it. Let us look at it. Average default space utilized by OS. AVG default SPAC space utilized by operating systems. Different operating system. Let us check. By DIFFREN, different operating system. I thought this might answer the question for us, but I think so. It is not able to answer the question for us. I think so. We'll have to default space utilized by Windows operating system. So Windows 10, as you are able to see right over here, takes up 32 gigs of RAM. Okay, sorry, 32 gigs of single user 64 drive. Installed on a tablet, like to feel the same. (32 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of space). Okay, so Windows computer requires 32 gigs of space itself. Let's check about Mac OS. Let's check up about Mac OS itself. Mac OS consumes at least 12 GBs of RAM. Okay, at least 12 GB of space itself. So different, as you are able to see, different like OS consumes a lot of space, 32 GBs of space itself, 12 GBs of space. Now to run a particular software, you don't actually use everything, okay, that is present in that software. Okay, so you have to understand this. Think about it in such a way, okay? A normal, this is a software, guys. I'm drawing a software, okay? It's like a wheel or something. Just understand it is like working absolutely well right over here. This software actually is dependent upon just four things. Okay, let's assume that. What are those four things? We don't give a fuck about it. We don't want to know about it as well. Let's assume we have written a software, we have created a software itself, right? And it is dependent upon just these four things itself. But a Mac OS, but a Mac OS or Windows OS will have 500 different things inside of it. It has these four things as well, but except that there are 496 other things that this software actually does not require. And due to that clear fact, this is occupying 12 to 36 GB of space, whereas these four things will be occupying just 10 to 100 MB of space itself. To run this software, we only require these four things. We don't require an entire OS, because an OS comes with a lot of different things. What is an OS? Right over here, you are able to click on this Windows button. You are able to click on the search button. You are able to click on these files, folders. To run a software, you don't actually need it. Are you guys able to understand it? To run a software, do you need a Windows button? To run a particular code, do you need a search button? To run a particular code, do you need a folder right over there? To run a particular code, do you need a Chrome browser? No, right? All these are just extra things that are without any reason occupying space, without any reason occupying a lot of CPU, a lot of GPU, a lot of RAM from your own computer. It is becoming very big, very bulky. Virtual machines are very big and very bulky. And due to that fact itself, it was harder to maintain and execute and make it as light as possible for a virtual machine to exist for the programming purposes. Also, because it's a virtual machine, it was also slower, because out of 16 gigs of RAM, you are able to assign like 8 gigs at maximum, because the other 8 gigs you need for your own computer to work as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Think about VM as the sandbox. Exactly, guys. Think about VM as a sandbox, but it is called as micro VM. It is not exactly a VM itself. It is based on the concept of Dockerization. That is, the Dockers are also referred to as micro VM. So what they said was, I don't want this. I don't want a fucking virtual machine that is using so much space, using so much resources from your computers. It is so fucking slow. It is so fucking big itself. I don't want it. I want something that is lightweight, something that is fast, something that is lightning in nature, something that I'm easily able to write, use, and proceed further with it. That is the case where the concept of containerization or micro VM came into place. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. This is the place where the concept of containerization and the concept of micro VM, that is the second name, came into place itself, guys. Now the company, this is a history lesson I'm giving you guys, so that at some particular point of time you don't go and say something that, like, do you guys understand that cutting somebody's nose, okay, naak kat jana, cutting somebody's nose, like, you caused my entire esteem, my entire prestige to fall down before before somebody else. That somebody taught you guys DevOps, somebody taught you guys Docker, and you gave a wrong answer right over there. I don't want that. That is the reason I focus upon the next particular question, next particular information very carefully. Containerization is a concept. Containerization is a concept, just like Git. Git is the underlying technology itself. Containerization is the underlying technology itself. Git powers GitHub, which is a company, which is a product. Okay, similar to that, containerization is a technology that powers that is basically the leading company in the entire world. The name of that company is Docker. Name of that company is Docker. And Docker has a particular product that it is called as Docker itself. The product of this particular company is Docker. Okay, so containerization is the concept, is the underlying technology itself. Okay, Docker is the company that is the world's leading company in that particular technology, and they have a particular product that they call as Docker that is basically based on the concept of containerization itself. So if somebody asks you, what is Docker? It's a company. Okay, what is the main product of Docker? Docker. What it is based on? It is based on containerization itself. What is containerization? And that is how you continue further into the conversation that we are going into. So now the question is, what is containerization, right? So the concept of containerization is very simple. Like I said, this is your software. Okay, this is your software right over here. This software requires 4 different things to make it work. You pack these 4 different things and the software into one box, into one container itself. So, for example, a human being, okay, think about it in such a way. Think about the humans as a software. Think about humans as a software itself, guys. So, does a human being require an entire earth? Like every human requires an earth itself. Every human being in the world requires one earth to live on. No, right? Think about it in such a way. Does every human being require his own individual earth? No, right? What does a human being require? He requires air. Good. He requires water. Good. He requires, let's assume, food. Right? And that is how you guys are able to make sure that that human being is able to survive. So what do? You pack a human in a room with air, water, and food, and he will survive for the entire lifetime itself. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know. You don't need to provide the human with his own individual earth. The earth comes with a lot of different stuff, right? It comes with air, food, and water. That is something that already is there on the planet Earth. But it has buildings, it has people, it has animals, it has so many different other things as well that exists, but it's fine even if the human is not getting it. He will survive, he will work. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Right? The same thing happens with the software. Okay, the same thing happens with the software as well. When in the case of VMs, they were providing it with an entire earth of its own, with everything that you can possibly dream of. But does it require all these things to work? What is the bare minimum that it requires? The concept containerization says whatever bare minimum things that that particular process requires itself, just provide it with that. Just provide it with that itself. Nothing less, nothing more. And the software will run absolutely fine, no matter if you are running it on a Windows laptop, no matter if you are running it on a Mac OS laptop, a Linux laptop, an Android laptop, a Chrome OS laptop, no matter where you are running it, because it whatever 4 things that it required, it is being provided with that inside of this container. It does not read anything from outside. It is totally fine and it will work anywhere. That is the concept of containerization. And the technology and the product that we are going to use to learn Docker, to learn containerization, is Docker. Docker is used to implement this concept of containerization. Instead of creating containers from the utmost scratch to write the code for creating containers, Docker as a company has done that for you. Docker has provided you guys with a free product to use, to learn, to understand that every single company in the entire world, I'm telling you guys once again, every single company in the entire world uses to make their product, to make everything in their product. No matter if it is a website, no matter if it is the backend of a website, no matter it is the cloud components of a website, no matter if it is the application itself, an app as well, no matter if it is a like a machine learning application as well, gets dockerized. Are you guys able to understand it? That is the reason why this concept of Docker is a very, 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 very important concept in DevOps, because every company is using it and you have to have a clear understanding about it. So today's aim is just to give you guys an intuition behind it. Of course, Docker is free, guys. For the companies, they charge a lot of money. Docker is a company. Please do remember that. To companies, to Google, Microsoft, Amazon, to use production level Docker, they charge a lot of money for consultation. But for us to use it, for us to learn it, for us to do whatever we want to do with it, it's completely free. Completely free itself. Okay, so we'll go to Docker's official website right now. Give me a second. I'll open up the So this is the official website of Docker. Okay, as you're able to see, you can download it for anything that you want. Okay, you don't have to worry about it, so that you are able to use it. But we are not going to use this. Of course, we will be using the version from the code sandbox itself, so that we are able to learn it no matter where we are. You can share your Docker containers. The main purpose of Docker containers is that you are able to share it. And the official mascot of Docker is this whale. As you're able to see, this whale is the official mascot of Docker itself, guys. Go through this particular website today. Okay, go through this particular website today. Can you guys do that for me? Can you guys go through to this particular website of Docker, the official website of Docker? Can you guys go through this? Read it. Just read it. I don't want you guys to do anything today. Just read through this particular website and come back tomorrow. Can you guys manage that somehow? Can you guys manage that somehow? Please let me know. Can you guys read through the entire website right over here? Nothing less, nothing more, guys. I can I expect that from you guys. Nothing. I'm not asking you guys a lot of different things, right? I'm asking you guys very, very, very easy things itself, right? So I want you guys to just go through the website, read it, nothing less, nothing more. And the best part is, guys, that one of the best part about Docker is that people who create Docker like containers itself, you guys can directly use it. Okay, you don't have to create your very. So we will be learning how to create our own custom Docker containers, how to use somebody else containers itself, how to make sure that your container is perfectly working for you guys, all these different things. Our own container, somebody's else containers, integrated into our own container, all that we'll be learning right over here. Okay, everything that you guys can dream of, we'll be learning right over here, guys. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. I've taken care of everything. But today, to be able to attend tomorrow's class, see guys, if you're not doing the assignment that I'm giving guys today, you will not be able to understand anything that we are doing tomorrow, guys. Okay, a simple assignment, just revise what we have learned in today's class. Okay, and read. So I'm leaving you guys very early today, right? I'm leaving you guys very early today. Okay, it has just been like 40 minutes of class itself today, right? I want you guys to come back tomorrow by revising today's class and reading the official website of Docker itself. Okay, you guys will have up till 8:13 to fill up the attendance. Okay, at 8:13 your attendance will be closed. Okay, at 8:13 the attendance will be closed, guys. The CEO is not there now. She was there a few minutes ago, I think so. She was just coming to check up on me. So maybe tomorrow I will make you guys meet. So if tomorrow, if you guys are completing your assignment, I will make you guys meet her. Okay, if tomorrow you guys are so no matter where she is, I will bring her to meet you guys. Okay, but you will have to complete your assignment. I hope so that you guys are dedicated enough that a simple assignment of just 10 minutes, you're able to just open up a website and read it. I'm not asking a lot. At 8 13, the attendance will be closed. I've been provided the attendance for almost a minute right now. Please start filling up your attendance. We'll be, if you take a little more today, we'll be able to learn about Kubernetes also tomorrow. Amanya, that's absolutely great, but this assignment needs to be completed today. Without that, I cannot move further. I want students to do a little bit more from their end. Okay, so that is the only way I can enforce this particular policy that everybody should learn every single day. But students come to the boot camp, they listen to me, they talk to me, they say okay, okay, but they don't do it on their own. You have to do it. Okay. Yes, guys, I know I fooled you guys, but I've given you guys an assignment. I hope that you will be completing the assignment tomorrow. If you guys complete the assignment, I will ask some questions. I'll ask some questions to you guys. If you complete the assignment, come to tomorrow's class. I promise you guys, I will make you guys meet the most beautiful woman in the entire world. Okay, the most beautiful woman. Like, I'm head over heels for her. Okay, so I will make you guys meet her, and I'm guaranteeing you this, that you guys will love her. She's a very beautiful soul as well. Of course, both from inside and from outside. We have to see that. So, अरे बच्चा, what happened? What happened? क्या हो गया बच्चा? Are you all bed? हाँ हाँ, क्या हो गया? क्या हो गया? Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow, and guys, even if you're having a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you will forget them. That is how beautiful she is. So we'll meet tomorrow, and we'll be continuing from right over there, guys. I hope that you guys are coming to tomorrow's class on time. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. It was lovely that you are here. Okay. Make sure, that you guys are giving you guys like giving 100% to what assignment I've given to you guys. Okay. Except Docker, why can't we use VirtualBox, Oracle, and others? Because the same thing, Pavan, like I explained, they are very heavy. They are very big. They utilize a lot of resources, unnecessary resources from your own computer. Docker eliminates that. It is lightweight, it is easy to use, it is easy to build, it is much more faster, much more portable, and much more shareable as well at the end, right? How to get the certificate of AI? By attending the classes. The class is currently going on. Today is the last day of classes itself. So the assignment is very simple, guys. You have to go through the official website of Docker and read the entire website itself. That's it. That is the only assignment that I'm having. Okay. Very simple assignment, right? We'll meet in tomorrow's class, and we'll be continuing from right over there. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day ahead. Thank you, guys. Thank you.